In the heart of the summer of 1410, under a sky pregnant with the promise of a storm, two colossal armies gathered on the fields of Prussia. This was not merely a battle, it was a clash of civilizations, a reckoning that would echo for centuries. On one side stood the Teutonic Order, the ironclad crusaders of Christendom, a military machine honed by 2 centuries of warfare. Clad in white mantles emblazoned with the stark black cross, they were the embodiment of martial pride and religious fervor, confident that God fought on their side. Their Grand Master, Ulrich von Jungingen, surveyed the field with an arrogant certainty, seeing not an army before him, but heretics and schismatics ripe for destruction. Facing them was a force the likes of which Europe had rarely seen, the allied armies of the Kingdom of Poland and the Grand Duchy of Lithuania. It was a vibrant, sprawling host, a mosaic of peoples and faiths. Polish knights, the flower of chivalry, stood beside Lithuanian warriors, hardened by generations of conflict. Alongside them were Bohemian mercenaries, Tatar horsemen, and Russian Smolensk regiments, a coalition united by a common enemy. They were led by 2 cousins, 2 brilliant commanders whose partnership would define the day: the patient, pious, and strategic King Władysław II Jagiełło of Poland, and the fiery, cunning, and unpredictable Grand Duke Vytautas of Lithuania. The hours ticked by under the oppressive sun. The Teutonic Knights, weighed down by their heavy armor, began to bake, their impatience growing. To provoke his enemy, Grand Master von Jungingen sent 2 heralds across the field. They carried not a message of peace, but 2 bare swords, an open insult, a challenge implying the Polish and Lithuanian leaders lacked the courage to begin the fight. King Jagiełło accepted the blades with grim solemnity, tears welling in his eyes as he contemplated the bloodshed to come. He replied, "Though we have swords enough, yet we accept these 2 swords as an omen of victory, sent to us from God." With that, the die was cast. The battle began not with a full-scale charge, but with a calculated move by Vytautas. His Lithuanian cavalry, including the swift Tatar horsemen, surged forward, crashing into the Teutonic lines. The fighting was furious, a maelstrom of steel and screams. But then, after an hour of brutal combat, something strange happened. The Lithuanian wing appeared to break. They turned and fled, seemingly in a panic-stricken rout. Seeing his chance to annihilate the retreating flank, Grandmaster von Jungingen committed his ultimate error. He unleashed the bulk of his elite, heavily armored knights in a thunderous, all-out pursuit. It was the trap. The retreat was a feint, a brilliant and dangerous tactic borrowed from the Mongols. As the Teutonic Knights charged, disorganized and overextended, they ran headlong into fresh, heavily armored Polish knights who had been waiting in the concealment of the surrounding forests. The charging crusaders were hit in the flank, their momentum shattered. The battle devolved into a colossal, swirling melee. The feigning Lithuanians wheeled around and rejoined the fray, completing the encirclement. The Teutonic Order was now trapped, fighting for its very survival. Grandmaster Ulrich von Jungingen, realizing his catastrophic mistake, gathered his remaining reserves and plunged into the heart of the chaos, fighting with the desperation of a doomed man. He fell, alongside the entire command staff of the Order. The fall of the Grand Master and the capture of their sacred banner broke the Teutonic spirit. What was once a battle became a slaughter. The pride of the Order was extinguished in the mud and blood of Grunwald. The victory was total, a stunning triumph for the Polish-Lithuanian alliance. It shattered the military power of the Teutonic Knights forever, halting their eastward expansion and marking the emergence of Poland-Lithuania as a dominant force in Eastern Europe. The field of Grunwald was a testament to the day's fury, a turning point where strategy, deception, and the unity of diverse peoples brought a mighty empire of faith and steel to its knees. Subscribe.